Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's nutrition seminar. My name is Anna Green, and I'm the Wellbeing Program Manager for our On-Site Wellness Centers team, and I'm part of the Healthier Together wellness team. I've been with Medtronic for a little over a year and a half, and a little bit more about my background. I went to the University of Minnesota and received my Bachelor's of Science in Kinesiology, and I received my Master's of Education in Sport and Exercise Science. I'm currently finishing up my Precision Nutrition Level 1 certification, and I'm so excited to bring you this seminar today. My goal for you today is to walk away with some clarity and guidance on how to keep progressing on your wellness journey. And it really is that. It's a journey. As our bodies change, lifestyles change, careers change, our bodies need to change with us. As a nutrition, health, and wellness professional, I'm constantly seeing the field evolve. There's an overload of information. What's the best diet? What's the right thing to eat? And it's easy to get stuck and overwhelmed with how to move forward. So I hope today you can find everything that I talk about useful, and ask that if you have any questions about anything nutrition, health, and wellness related, please post them in the chat or in the comment section below, and we'll have time for Q&A at the end. So thinking about what is a diet or nutrition program you have tried or have heard of? So you can post in the comments below just a diet or a nutrition program you have tried or heard of. There's no right or wrong answers. I just want us to get thinking about diets and things that we're aware of. Thank you so much for sharing in the comments. I'm seeing that it seems like everyone has a strong opinion about the right way to eat. It's a good debate to have. With all the information that's out there, it's hard to pick out the facts from the truth, and from what I like to call those get-rich-quick schemes, these diets that boast fast results, unrealistic and unhealthy results, lose weight fast, get rid of all toxins in 3 days, and this is best. No, this is best. And we all want to know what the best diet is. We all want to know the specific magical combination of foods to eat that will cure diseases, keep us young, and give us a radiant glow. But, well, there isn't a best diet. That's mostly because one diet cannot possibly suit all 7.5 billion or so people that live on this planet. And everyone is different. We all have different body compositions, different fitness levels, different schedules, priorities, budgets, dietary preferences, nutrition knowledge, biology, different abilities, and different ethnic backgrounds. Diverse people need diverse diets. That's why you need to make it all about you. So you may be thinking to yourself, what is the best diet? And the best diet is one that you can actually stick to. You need to find goals that matter to you. Eat in ways that are best for you so you can look, feel, and perform your best. Now, research shows small differences in diets, such as the exact percentage of macronutrients, specific food choices, or what type of carbohydrate to eat, those don't actually matter. And as it turns out, many diets work for various goals, but only if people can do them consistently and sustainably. So you may be thinking to yourself, how do I find the right diet for me? Or really, the right dietary pattern. A diet is defined as a special course of food to which one restricts itself, either to lose weight or for medical reasons. A dietary pattern, to put it simply, is the total of what you eat and drink. The goal is to have a healthy dietary pattern. Today I'm going to take a step further and suggest that everyone should work towards good nutrition. So, what is good nutrition? It's a science. It's strong research data that's continuously updated as better evidence becomes available. My goal for you today is to learn about what it takes to have good nutrition, to help you have a jumping off point, to find a dietary pattern, lifestyle, and goals that will be sustainable for you, to help you live your best possible life. So good nutrition controls our energy balance, our calories in and our calories out. It gives us nutrients for our digestive system to absorb and distribute to our muscles, our brain, and other organs, so we can look, feel, and perform our best. Good nutrition is sustainable. It involves, we need a lifestyle that we can achieve and adapt for the rest of our lives. not only thinking about sustainability for ourselves and our follow-through, but considering sustainability for our planet. Good nutrition involves awareness and attention. We slow down, eat mindfully, notice our body's feedback, and make food choices consciously. It also promotes regular movement, so our nutrients can work better for us. And lastly, good nutrition is outcome-based. It's tailored to you and how your body reacts. We all have different needs and goals. Our lifestyles should reflect those different needs and goals. And if things aren't working out the way we want them to, or we aren't seeing the results that we hoped, we need to adjust. That's okay. So let's break this down a little bit more. Good nutrition controls energy balance. Our food gives us energy, which is usually measured in calories. Now, the scale explains a little more about calories in and calories out. And good nutrition ensures we don't eat too much or too little. On the left, you'll see our energy intake, our calories consumed. The food we eat contains macronutrients such as carbs and proteins, and micronutrients like vitamins and minerals. Everything we put into our bodies factors into our energy balance. On the right side of the scale, you'll see energy expenditure. You'll see activity. This is things like standing at your desk, walking to the kitchen, doing housework, yard work. Then you'll see exercise. This is planned physical activity, such as a workout or a walk or a run. And then resting calories, which is otherwise known as basal metabolic rate or your metabolism. This is the number of calories required to keep your body functioning at rest. So without enough energy coming into the body from food, our body starts to shut down processes that we don't absolutely need to survive, such as reproduction, some aspects of metabolism, and brain function. Too much energy coming into the body also causes problems. Inflammation can increase, plaques can form on blood vessels, and our blood pressure can go up. We risk getting many chronic diseases. Now, like I mentioned before, good nutrition helps ensure we don't eat too much or too little. This means we can stay fit, healthy, and strong. We feel good, and our body shows it. Now, this slide here shows you the dietary guidelines for Americans, 2020 through 2025, the recommendations for a typical adult, the 2,000 calorie diet. Now, most nutrition facts labels are based upon these recommendations. Just by taking a quick glance, it can be overwhelming. There's lots of numbers, lots of information to take in. Now, in future nutrition seminars we plan on hosting, our goal is to go into more depth on those recommendations for macros, micros, and all of the things and why those are beneficial for you. But today, all I want you to understand is that our body requires food. It requires a wide variety of vegetables, fruits, proteins, grains. These food groups are important because that wide variety provides us with the vast majority of nutrients that our bodies need. So let's take a look at the images in front of you. Imagine these all separate plates, all full of one type of food. You've got your cookies, lentils, kale, salmon, saltine crackers, French fries, and berries. Think about which food has the most calories and which food has the most nutrients. Go ahead and take a minute or so here. Which food that you see in front of you has the most calories and which has the most nutrients? Give about 5 more seconds here. Just your best guess, no right or wrong answers. Now, if you said fries has the most calories, you'd be correct. Now, it's pretty close to cookies, but fries has a little more calories. Now, if you think about which food has the most nutrients, you'd be correct if you said kale. Now, lentils is a close second, but kale definitely has the most nutrients. So each food has a nutrient density, nutrients per amount of food. If you look at the fries, it has a lot of calories, but very few nutrients. If you look at the kale, it has lots of nutrients, but very few calories. The fries are low nutrient density. The kale is high nutrient density. A lot of nutrients per amount of food. A healthy dietary pattern includes foods that are nutrient dense. Essentially, you're getting more bang for your buck. When you add more high nutrient dense foods to your diet, you're able to eat more It'll help you feel fuller, which helps your body function better and contributes to good energy balance and good nutrition. Let's look at another example here. This time with a meal. Looking at a typical burrito bowl. Now the first thing I noticed when I looked at this picture is the nutrient-dense bowl on the right has less calories. Now the next thing I noticed was the guacamole versus sliced avocado. So typical store-bought or sometimes restaurant-made guacamoles, they have added preservatives, saturated fats, and they're not as nutrient-dense as a sliced avocado. And then if you look at jarred salsa or fresh salsa, having a fresher salsa or pico de gallo has more nutrients per amount of food that you're eating. So you can eat more of that food if you'd like. Now, I personally hate sour cream, so I would never have sour cream on my burrito bowl. But if you love your sour cream and you cannot ditch it for your nutrient-dense bowl, maybe consider a reduced fat or a low-fat sour cream. And then lastly, let's look at the cheese. Maybe having a reduced fat cheese would be more nutrient dense, and then taking out your sugar with your iced tea. Now, this is a great time. Take a quick pause and think about any questions you may have, and go ahead and write those in the comments below. Next up, think back to the question I asked you at the beginning of today's seminar, our icebreaker question. What's a diet or a program that you've heard of? Think about what those diets entail. Let's look at the keto diet, for example. It's a high-fat, low-carb diet. This was originally created to help control epilepsy in children. Another popular one that you might have thought of is Whole30. Now, this is an elimination diet. It cuts out sugar, alcohol, grains, legumes, soy, dairy, so much more. And lastly, 5-day detoxes or juice cleanses. Most of these eliminate solid foods, all sugars, dairy, grains, etc. Most, if not all of these fad diets and cleanses are not supported, not recommended by physicians and dietitians. Most are from companies or random influencers trying to sell you a product or a meal plan. And they are, most of the times, are not based on current scientific research. These diets are restrictive. They deprive our bodies of essential nutrients. They make us super hungry, and then we're more likely to binge later on. Now, if we think about Whole30, for example, they propose cutting out sugar, grains, dairy, and more. All of these food groups provide our bodies with essential nutrients. The food we eat fundamentally changes how our body works. We need sugar to function. We need carbs. Sugar and carbs are found in fruits and vegetables. We can't and shouldn't cut these foods out from our diet. Our brain especially needs these nutrients to function properly. And many of these diets are costly. We're buying a product, a meal plan, or a special drink. It's unnecessary. And you can have a healthy dietary pattern without these plans and products. Most importantly, they aren't sustainable. You can't function healthily without these nutrients. If a program is claiming to lose 10 pounds in a week, that's not sustainable. If you can't do this program for 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, it's not the program for you. The keto diet, for example, has an extreme negative impact to your health. High fat and low carbs increase your risk for cardiovascular disease and high blood pressure. Now, there are certain situations where a physician may recommend a specific diet that might be high fat, low carb to treat a specific medical condition. But other than that, it's not a sustainable diet. Now, let's look at detoxes. The claim of a detox is to flush out the toxins that our bodies come in contact with every day, whether it's by the food we eat, the air we breathe, or the products we use. Typically, detoxes and cleanses are done by restricting food intake, replacing solids with liquids, drinking way too much water sometimes, and this impacts our body negatively. Our body has a built-in detoxifier, our liver. Its main job is to be a filtration system. It filters toxins and converts them to waste products. It cleanses your blood, metabolizes your nutrients to provide your body with its most important proteins. We don't need a drink or a juice or to cut out entire food groups to detox our body. Our liver is well equipped to deal with that, and it adapts and it works for you. Instead of a detox, focus on eating a diet that's rich in both raw and cooked fruits and vegetables. It includes soluble fiber like beans, nuts, and grains, and limits alcohol intake. These are the essential building blocks that allow your liver to operate at peak function. The truth is, there's no evidence that these detoxes and cleanses and resets can actually improve your health. And because some of them are so restrictive, you may be doing more harm than good. So, why do people get results? Why do these diets work? When people start a certain diet program, whatever it may be, they become more aware of their intake and just start eating better overall, depending on the program. They get more nutrients, and they may get more variety, or fresher foods, less processed foods, or they simply choose mindfully. Because of these factors, they feel better, and that's one reason they start making wild claims about the rejuvenating power of their new diet. They didn't do anything special, really. They often just started getting what their bodies needed. They had awareness and attention. They were mindful of their choices. Most of the time, they eat less calories because of the mindfulness or the restrictive nature of the diet. And some programs encourage physical activity along with their dietary recommendations. All of these are components of good nutrition. But what's missing? Sustainability. Like I said before, good nutrition is all about sustainability. Can this be done long term? Are there negative impacts if you eat a certain way for an extended period of time? Nutrients. If you cut out an entire food group that's recommended by the dietary guidelines, which is based on scientific data, you won't look, feel, and perform your best. And lastly, these aren't outcome-based programs. It's not about you. The diet you found online or a meal plan an influencer posted doesn't take you into consideration. You have individual needs. We are all different. A program that's good for a 25-year-old avid exerciser, female, is not going to be the good program for a 50-year-old male that's sedentary. We have diverse backgrounds and we need different diets. We make better choices when we commit to caring about food, we slow down, we pay attention, and we eat mindfully. There's no rules, no overthinking, and no calorie counting required. There's no failure. There is only the feedback that our body provides us. So where do you go from here? I've got 3 simple steps to get you started, get you going, or get you moving forward on your journey. The first is awareness and attention. Slow down while you're eating. It takes the brain 20 minutes to receive the message from your stomach that you're full. Try taking breaks between bites. Maybe set your utensils down between each bite. Notice the feedback your body gives you. Do you feel bloated after eating a piece of pizza? Do you feel energetic after eating an apple? Slow down, be mindful, and track that feedback if you'd like. The next is 5-minute action. Typically, action comes before motivation. We won't always be motivated to work out every day, clean the house, prepare a lunch. The idea behind 5-minute action is to keep moving forward. If you plan to do a workout and you're just not feeling it, set a timer for 5 minutes and start. Now, what do I mean by start? If you're planning on doing a workout, hop into those workout clothes, pick your awesome playlist that you'll work out to, maybe fill up your water bottle. Now, when that 5 minutes is up, if you're still not feeling it, then that's okay. Change out of those workout clothes and do something else. But 5 minutes of work towards your goals is better than nothing. And that's progress. You should celebrate that. But most of the time, you'll be ready to get after that workout and you'll keep going because that motivation has finally arrived. And then the last thing is to visit MyPlate, myplate.gov. This website has an incredible quiz that takes you through a host of demographic questions, dietary habit questions to help personalize your recommendations. I've mentioned this many times before. Your dietary pattern needs to take you into consideration. Make it about you. This quiz is a great place to start so you can learn more about what your body needs. Now, lastly, I'm finishing up my nutrition coaching certification and we'll be offering free one-on-one health coaching and nutrition consults. The rest of our team is also certified health coaches. We have so many tips and resources to share with you. So reach out to any of our team members, head to our Yammer page and find one of us to schedule those one-on-one sessions for free. Now, I understand there's lots of information that I gave you today. Now remember, it's best to start simple. Approach each meal with mindfulness and attention, and the rest will follow. Good nutrition does not need to be difficult. While there isn't a magic formula to be perfectly healthy, I hope these tips and tools will help you on your journey. And thank you so much for joining me today. Feel free to post any comments or questions that you have below, and we will see you next time. Thank you.